Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And today we're going to go into the book of Psalms, the 11th chapter. To the chief musician, a psalm of David. In the Lord Yahweh put I my trust. How say ye to my soul, flee as a bird to your mountain? So if I put my trust in the Lord, why would you recommend to me to flee, right? That's basically what David is saying, right? For the choir director, a psalm of David, I trust in the Lord for protection. So why do you say to me, fly like a bird to the mountains for safety? And you can imagine, likely during a time where David was being persecuted, some probably telling him, to flee this way, flee that way. But as he's saying here, my trust is in the Lord, so I'm going to be good. Now, if he has to flee, yeah, he'll have to flee, but it's not in the flight or in the running away that his deliverance comes through. It's through the power of the Lord. What makes his his escape successful is his trust in the Lord. Verse 2, for lo, the wicked bend their bow. They make ready their arrow upon the string, that they may privately, which is secretly, shoot at the upright in heart. Now, spiritually speaking, who does the wicked represent? The book of Malachi, the first chapter and the third verse tells you that Esau, Edom. Okay. Now, generally, yes, this is also true for wicked doers, but primarily the scriptures identify a nation of people, and primarily their elites, right? The spearheads of their nation, the top tribes of their nation, as the wicked. Okay, and they're the ones now, when you apply this prophetically, that have the power, right? Their ability, their authority, their legislations, and like I said, the ability to to come against us is likened onto their bow, right? That's being bent, and their arrows that are upon the string. I believe it's I forget what chapter it's in, maybe Psalm 64, right? It says they shoot even bitter words, that they may privately, meaning secretly, shoot at the upright. So who will the upright represent? Israel. And this is how they come against us. How do they do it? Now, when you look at the dichotomy between the left and the right, the wicked and the righteous, Esau and Jacob, most of the time they try not to make it open, right? They'll use like some systemic, oppressive reign or rule to shoot at us, right? They'll set up a system to where it works against you, and these are all different tactics. They'll put out, forms of enticing forms of wickedness to weaken you and to draw you astray from the Lord. These are all ways of privately shooting at the upright. Verse 3, if the foundations be destroyed, what can the righteous do? Now, when you look at the word foundations, let's take a look at that, because it would seem as though hope would be lost, if the wicked destroy the foundations of the righteous. So it says foundation, support, stay. Let's look at the Jacinius Hebrew Chaldee lexicon, right? It says princes, nobles, Psalm 11 and 3, when the columns are overturned, i.e., when the noblest, the defenders of what is right and good, have perished, right? So if the defenders of what's right and good have perished, then as it says here, what can the righteous do? Because who's going to defend them? But no need to worry, right? Verse 4, the Lord is in his holy temple. The Lord's throne, the Lord's throne is in heaven. His eyes behold, his eyelids try the children of men. So regardless, the Lord is watching, and he's the ultimate judge. So long as the Lord is there, our foundation will never be overthrown. It says, but the Lord is in his holy temple. The Lord still rules from heaven. He watches everyone closely, examining every person on earth. And why? So he can try the righteous and judge the wicked. Right? Verse 5, the Lord trieth the righteous, right? That is to test you, to prove you. He'll put you through certain situations. But the wicked and him that loveth violence, his soul hateth. Right? The Lord hates the wicked and those that love violence, that push, wickedness. And what does he do to those that he hates? He judges them. Upon the wicked shall he rain snares, right? Which is like a trap, fire and brimstone, and an horrible tempest. And when you look in prophecy, the wicked, which represents Esau, Edom, according to prophecy, the Lord is going to ensnare them with this destruction that is coming, right? With fire and brimstone, which is signifying the destruction the Lord is going to bring upon their nation or upon their kingdom, right? Through World War III, which is also prophesied in the scriptures, through the nuclear missiles, which are often referred to here as fire and brimstone. And it mentions the horrible tempest, which is going to be a part of the destruction that the Lord is going to bring by way of the chariots. Now, the world knows these chariots, or they, in their minds, these are, in human language or in common English, UFOs, right, or UAPs. But they're biblical, in the scriptures. These are the vehicles of the angels. And that's how the Lord is going to make his return, right, at the point of the destruction of the wicked. So really, this is a very prophetic, actually. And when you read in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, it goes into the vision that Ezra had, which gives you, a more detailed account of what that horrible tempest was going to look like, which being mixed with fire is going to come out from the chariot of the Lord to destroy his enemies, along with the missiles that are going to be destroying or raining down upon the wicked. That's also in the book of Job, the 20th chapter. This shall be the portion of their cup. See, so this is going to be the what's in the cup that they have to drink that's been allotted to them. Verse 7, for the righteous Lord loveth righteousness. His countenance doth behold the upright. So the Lord's eyes are constantly upon the upright, to watch them, to keep them. And he loves to withhold or to behold righteousness. And that brings us to the end of the book of Psalms, the 11th chapter. Lord willing, that was edifying to the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha Kodash. And until next time, Shalom.